It is raining in Texas again, and they have stopped the rescuing or maybe the recovering of citizens of Texas. And apparently, it did have an effect in the people of Texas, a tremendous effect, as a matter of fact. I think it's going to be hell to pay. Um, in about, I don't know, about maybe 3, 4 years ago, a friend of mine tell me the Alamo is being taken over by the federal government, and the daughters of the Republic of Texas have losing control of the Alamo. They basically protected the Alamo for all these years, for almost 150 years, and now they no longer have access to it. And that was about what, 3, 4 years ago. And you see an evolution of the destruction of the people of Texas. My last July the 4th celebration that I attended, there was no one walking. Everyone was on electric golf cars and motorcycles. We no longer walk the street. We no longer gather. Used to be, I don't know, 17 years ago was, I mean, it was packed with neighbors who walk in the streets. No longer. So as you see, we are being breaking down. Our society is being breaking down and pulled apart by technology, if you will. And it's a strategy. Remember, the internet is a weapon. The communication technologies have become weapons of humanity or against humanity, like artificial intelligence and all these. They basically, if they do not see you as a promoter of or a follower of their marketing devices, they will censor a speech. So that is what they're doing, censoring a speech. But this time around, they cannot censor the speech because there is 200 something people dead, kids basically, most of them young people families. They gather in July the 4th, Independence Day from England, in el Rio Llano y el Rio Guadalupe of Texas. And the the local government and the federal government now, they they have been trying to elude the reality. The reality is the new president of the United States of America have destroyed our institutions, to completely destroy our institutions that we have been forming now for the past 90, since World War II. And now that people understand that they are necessary, and to the protection of the people, to the advancement of humanity, and the government has failed to make it eloquent dialogue on why they fail the people, why the people are paying for services that they are not receiving, why the people are paying for police officers, and these police officers, they have no clue of what they celebrating on July the 4th. That is Independence Day from England. Now the people start asking questions why we spend all this money in infrastructures, in fire departments, in police officers, why we empower our governor officials to protect us, where the reality is they are not, and what they doing is just hiding. They making $200,000 a police officer, and they are violating our rights. Now the reality is the people understand that they do not need this craziness of delusional creation of institutions that don't provide. That what they do is just take from the people to to inflate our pyramid that we have created in the United States of America, an economical pyramid that we have police officers making $200,000 working at an office giving people's license for guns. Crazy things like that. And when the river of Guadalupe come down and take all of us together, now we realize it. Oh crap, is all a lie. So I think it's going to be hell to pay because now the people are forced to get involved. It's not just I might think about getting involved. No, now they are forced to get involved because the failure of us, the people, to protect our institutions and to put the best that we have in those institutions. What we putting in these institutions right now are just con men that got all together and condition our reflexes. And yes, only about 13% of the people have finally realized, hey, what I elected in the governorship of Texas and what I elected in the federal government is just a fail institutional creation. Is they just condition me. I'm just a follower. So that means that we still have a long way to go to recondition the rest of the population that today they call themselves Africans, Americans, and they call themselves color code, white and blacks and Hispanicals, and allow an immigrant from Bavaria, from Scotland, to tell us who we are. And now this Mr. Trump now is finally realizing, oh crap, I gotta back off. So now he's no longer talking about dismantling FEMA. Now he says going to increase FEMA. So as you see, they are conning you again. They lying to you again. They're making you feel good, and that must stop. Is the only way. The only way is for you to get involved and to go back to the roots of who we are. Go back to the roots of the daughters of the republic, what they stand for, what they keep. They keep our identity, the correct identity. Los Tejanos protect the language, the Castilian language, the Apache, the Aparajo, all these tribes protect their languages. We are not English. And maybe the state of Texas can pass a law to protect those languages where the federal government cannot come here and say, if you do not speak English, you cannot work in the state of Texas. So as you say, it's going to be a long process, but I think we can overcome all these. Remember that Martin Luther King, on his speech, I Have a Dream, he called himself a Negro, the Negro people. And today we have changed into a different type of color code. Now we call ourselves Africans, Americans, and people accept it and will defend it. So as you see, it can be fixed. All we have to do is transfer the correct terminology and ideas to this population. They will respond if you do it. Go and do that. Transfer to the next generation's reality. What makes us great humankind is our way of cooperating with one another, protecting one another. One by itself is a zero. I am a zero, but many will be some power that is unstoppable. So be unstoppable. Advance humanity. Saludos.